Have you ever wanted to play as a rich, smart, elegant, jumpy, scared of a bad haircut anime bunny girl? No? Too specific maybe? But if you are looking to add another top DPS to your squad, then I would recommend picking up Alice. She reminds me a lot of Yanagi in the way she's able to be a primary or secondary anomaly DPS, and also her ability to hit so many disorders.
Alright, okay, that's good. That's good. It's enough!
Disorders. So if you're pulling for Yuzaha's favorite bunny girl, then here's a quick little informal guide on how to Alice Thymefield. Now, the one thing that I thought would be a big factor in how good Alice was going to be is how fast she's able to get her charged basic attack, which is not a problem at all. She gets hit so much faster than I thought she would. With 3 bars of blade etiquette, she is able to do her charged basic attack, which triggers a polarized assault, which this assault is triggered no matter where the physical anomaly meter is at. So she is basically able to control when she is able to hit an assault. You also don't have to sit there and watch her aura farm, as the kids are saying nowadays. You can just switch off to the next character. Just to pause for a moment too, this is so unnecessary to do this in the middle of a fight. Also wasteful as hell with her sabers. Like, where the hell is she even pulling these out of? So 3 bars is 300 blade etiquette. She gains blade etiquette just by attacking the enemy, but she also gains 10 from triggering assault. Using her special attack to dodge gives her another 10. Whenever any squad member hits a disorder, she gains 30, and she gains 200 with her ult. She also gains a full meter upon battle with her additional ability. So just hitting attributes and disorders and dodging with your special attack, or just also hitting your ult if you need a big boost, can fill up this meter pretty fast. I honestly did not even really have to think about the meter much because of how many disorders and attributes some of her teammates are able to hit. Now, her polarized assaults do cause disorders with other anomalies, but the cool thing with Judy Hopps over here is she buffs disorder damage also. After applying a physical anomaly attribute, every 1 second remaining of that attribute will give you an increase of 18% to disorder damage, with a maximum of 180. So if you want to hit disorders with your other anomaly DPS, then you want to make sure you are able to hit a disorder right after hitting her assault. But she is also able to buff her own disorders if you are trying to hit disorders with Alice. She also deals more damage when any squad member triggers a physical anomaly. For every 0.95 seconds remaining of the attribute, she deals 2.5% more of the original physical anomaly damage. When Alice herself triggers the assault, she increases her physical build-up rate by 25% for 30 seconds. So many damage buffs! Before we get into how to build her, we have to understand what stats we are looking to maximize, which her stats you need to build are basically those of a typical anomaly character: anomaly mastery, anomaly proficiency, and attack. And you are probably wondering if she could hit an assault with her charged attack, and the meter does not really matter too much. Does anomaly mastery really matter? Well, you silly little bitch. With her additional ability, she gains 1.6 anomaly proficiency with every point of anomaly mastery that exceeds 140. So not only will you be building her anomaly mastery to allow her to hit even more attributes faster, she also gains anomaly proficiency with it. The best 4-piece in my opinion is Fanged Metal, mostly because all the damage buffs it gives to her after triggering an assault. Another alternative is Hormone Punk to give her attack buffs when entering the field, but it has a 20-second cooldown, so I don't like it too much for my main DPSs. Now, with her 2-piece, you could go a couple of different ways. My personal favorite was Phaethon's Melody, because not only does it give you extra mastery to hit your assaults even faster, it gives you extra proficiency with her additional ability. Now, if you don't care about the extra mastery and just want more proficiency, Freedom Blues is a really good second option. And I heard murmurs that Alice was a really good defense shredder, so I tried a 2-piece Puffer Electro and changed my 5th slot to pen ratio from physical damage. Now, in my test, it seemed like it was still pretty good compared to my Phaethon's Melody test. 2 things that I think would probably make this setup better. For one, I did not really get many straight pen substats, and another thing is I don't have her first Mindscape, which gives 20% defense reduction for the whole squad, which I would love to try, but I have to save for Firefly. Seed. I have to save for Seed. But if you have someone who has tried it and has more knowledge about this setup, please let me know down in the comments. Now, if you really want to invest into Alice, I really recommend her W engine. Mostly because of that 60 anomaly mastery, which is huge especially for Alice, but it also gives her a significant physical damage boost when inflicting assaults. Now for her S-rank alternatives, Jane's engine is good if you are using her as a more on-field agent and you focus on dodge countering. It also provides pretty good physical damage boost, which she benefits from. Another good one is Grace's engine because it gives you pen ratio and proficiency when using her special or EX special, but to keep all 3 stacks, you just gotta make sure you're doing it consistently. If you don't have any S ranks for her, a good A rank alternative is Weeping Gemini because it gives her a decent amount of proficiency when an attribute anomaly is inflicted on an enemy. Then the other that I would recommend is Electro Lip Gloss, which when an enemy is inflicted with an attribute anomaly, her attack increases and the damage on the enemy increases. For her Mindscapes, that seemed pretty interesting to me. Like I said earlier, her Mindscape 1 is good because it reduces defense on enemies for the whole squad. So if you want to increase your whole squad's damage, her Mindscape 1 is actually pretty good. And I think it is a pretty good stopping place if you just want to throw a little extra for Alice. But if you want to spend a little bit more, then her Mindscape 2 is actually really good also, because she triggers a polarized assault after an ult, which is pretty insane if you ask me. But not only that, disorder damage for the team increases and enemies suffering physical anomalies take more damage. So even though I haven't tried it, it seems like she becomes even more insane with her second Mindscape, and also is able to give a pretty significant damage boost to her whole team. Now if you want to get her full Mindscape for the extra stats,
here's your bill. $4.16, pervert.
$4.16, pervert! What do you call it, pervert?
Her Mindscape 6 is interesting because she basically gets a follow-up attack. When she does her charged basic or ultimate, she enters the victory state, which allows her to do a follow-up attack when an ally hits an enemy, which deals physical damage for 3,300% of her proficiency. It triggers every second and is guaranteed to crit. Can be triggered 6 times and refreshes when gaining victory state again? I honestly don't even know what I'm reading, but it disgusts me. Now for her best teammates, for support, usually it's gonna be someone she's already pretty familiar with. Yuzuha gives all the anomaly buffs she could ever need. The one thing I do suggest with Yuzuha is to make sure that her flavor match is hitting your other character who is not Alice. Mostly just because Alice does not really need the help with the extra anomaly buildup with how fast she hits her assaults, so giving it to your other anomaly units can help them keep up with Alice. But Astra Yao is still really good for her, and might be better if you are using DPS that rely on crit. Those are just the best supports in my opinion. Others are still viable depending on what team you are using. If you want to use Alice as mostly an on-field DPS, Bernice and Vivian are really good off-field anomaly sub-DPS units. The thing to watch out for though with Vivian is that Alice eats up those feather guards so fast. So you just have to keep an eye out on Vivian's feather guards more often to make sure you always have some when hitting attributes with Alice. So many times I look up at the top right and Vivian's feather guards are just gone. Another thing that is pretty cool is that if you have her physical meter at around 80% of the way, I would say, when you do a charge basic, you basically do double assaults. Just one thing to watch out for so you could do double the damage. I would say the worst part about Yanagi and Alice is the visual clutter. Oh my gosh, I can't see too many disorders. These two are really a machine when it comes to hitting disorders and attributes, and can switch between sub and main DPS with each other. The thing that I found cool with Alice is that you could start off with her charge basic and switch to your other anomaly unit and hit an attribute before she even gets off her polarized assault, which kind of makes her just like an off-field DPS most of the time. But the best part about Alice is that she makes my rat girl relevant again. Yes. Jane Doe is so back, but I used her, Alice, and Yuzuha for this deadly assault, and I got 43k, which I would say is pretty good. But Alice makes Jane Doe pretty good because her polarized assaults are able to cause disorders with Jane Doe's assaults. And I was liking those numbers. Probably one of my favorite teams to play and learn. With this team though, you just have to make sure you are hitting Jane's assault after hitting Alice's polarized assault to get a disorder. Timing with Alice's 2 assaults can give you a back-to-back disorder also. Now Miyabi has the opposite problem as Vivian, where Alice fills up her meter so fast. So I was getting Miyabi's charge attack even faster and made it so I don't have to use her special attack that often to gain her Fallen Frost. It was basically get those polarized assaults, fill up those Fallen Frosts, and then deal a ton of damage with Miyabi and rinse and repeat. And I don't know if it's the Yuzaha and Miyabi duo, but it seems like I'm able to freeze the enemies pretty often, that it just makes it so they can't attack. But the Bunny Fox combo is definitely a pretty strong team. So, what are my opinions on our little bunny girl? Honestly, I think she's one of the best DPS in the game. I'll say it. I don't know if I would put her above Miyabi or even Yi yet, because I feel like she does need a little more help than they do, but she does really good damage while also being a good helper to her other Anomaly teammates. I definitely would recommend picking her up if you are an Anomaly user or just want a physical DPS to add to your roster. Or maybe you just like bunny girls. Which, hey, I mean, I'm not judging. But that is all I have for you today. Let me know in the comments if I forgot something, if maybe there is something I might have got a little bit wrong, or if you just want to comment and tell me how your day's going. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Really helps me out. But yeah, thank you for watching. And that is it. Bye-bye.